what's up? Welcome to Rebreak Radio, episode 19. Today we're going to talk about Nintendo stuff, all about Nintendo. We're going to talk about what Nintendo has done in 2018 so far, the Direct Mini and the Nintendo Labo announcement. Then we're going to talk about our predictions for the rest of 2018 in terms of Nintendo. And today I am joined not by my friend Oscar. I'm joined by kind of funny best friends. Thanks to Kind of Funny and Games Daily. I'm joined by Clayton.
Yep, that is me.
And Paul.
Hey, thanks for having me on this week.
Yeah, no problem. So if you're unaware, which, I mean, no one watched this show up until now, so I assume that everyone watching this thing came from Kind of Funny, so I'm sure you're aware by the fact that I sent in a squad up thing to Kind of Funny Games Daily. Greg so kindly read it on the show, and since then I've been bombarded with messages on Twitter.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been great.
You got a very nice channel, so
yeah, thanks.
Definitely a good squad up.
I right now have like 62 subs or something like that. So yeah,
check the live subscriber count.
Just 63. Just add like six zeros, and I'm like right next to PewDiePie.
Right next to him, yeah. I think that we can pass PewDiePie with the amount of people coming over from Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into the Nintendo topic of the show, we're gonna talk a little bit about what we've been doing lately. So how about we start with Clayton? What have you been doing lately?
All right. Not really Nintendo related. Been playing a ton of Overwatch. I'd say an unhealthy amount of Overwatch. I don't know if you guys are into Overwatch as much as I am, but
no, I'm not.
Overwatch competitive season. My friends and I just started playing again. It's been good. We got them ranked. We were on a win streak last night, up till 3 a.m. It's fun.
Cool.
Slept for like 4 hours. Got up and got ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I do. So Overwatch and work. So that's it.
All right.
Don't actually play Nintendo games.
Actually, what we should probably do before this is both of you should probably just make a short introduction of yourselves. It's probably a better idea.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so just tell a little bit about who you are.
Okay. I am Clayton. I run a little YouTube channel called Fresno Boys. Good luck spelling that one. Need to work on a better name. That's basically it. We do like Let's Plays and stuff, so yeah.
All right. Cool. And Paul, just short bio, who are you?
Hey, I'm Paul. I was living in Korea, now I'm back in America. My YouTube channel just goes over what I'm working on with my PhD. So I actually have Persona 5 music in the background, but no one notices because it's not about gaming. But it's good to be here, finally doing some gaming content.
All right, cool. Now you can also get into what you've been doing lately.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Before the podcast started, we mentioned that I like to go through the whole series, all the games in a series, whether it's Final Fantasy or Mario or Mega Man or whatnot.
Yeah.
What would make you happy, since I saw some of the games you like, is that earlier in January, I just binged through every Uncharted ever all at once.
Oh,
that was
awesome.
a really nice experience. But since then, I'm also trying to catch up on God of War. And this one that I'm working on now, the only one left, as people forget about, there was one non-PlayStation God of War on a Nokia flip phone. And so I'm doing that. It's like it's the only 2D God of War. So it's like you control it with the 9 buttons on the flip phone and the 2 right-left buttons at the top of the flip phone. But you're still Kratos, and you're still like upgrading your weapons with red orbs and stuff. It's just that it's in 2D and terrible graphics.
Oh, and this is canonical, or?
Oh, yeah, it's called God of War Betrayal. So I think it's somewhere in between God of War 1 and 2, as far as I can tell.
Actually,
we'll see if there's any...
when you said the name, I've actually heard that name before. God of War Betrayal. I've heard that name.
It exists.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
it's interesting. Yeah, personally, I played through, I said this before we started recording, I played through all of Donkey Kong Country Returns again.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal game.
Absolutely.
And I'm really excited for Tropical Freeze to play that game again.
Yep. I'm excited to play it for the first time. So
Yeah. Also, yesterday I watched Star Wars: The Last Jedi again.
Okay.
In theaters. I love it even more. If you've watched that episode, you know that I love that movie. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. I don't know what you guys think about the Last Jedi. Just like a short, very short, just summary of what you think about.
all right, I just got one thing. I love the blue milk scene. That's all. That's all.
Green milk.
Is it green milk?
Yeah, it's
I'm
green.
colorblind.
So you don't like the movie?
Nah, I like it.
All right.
I think it had some of my favorite moments across like all the Star Wars movies and some of my least favorite moments.
Mhm.
But you know,
Yeah. Paul?
I agree. Even great movies have some issues. We're a big Star Wars family. My son's name is Luke. I think
Nice.
that there's a reason why critics generally praise this movie, and a lot of people had a big reaction against it. It
Mhm.
seems like it is a love letter to Star Wars fans. You've got this girl, Rey, that grows up with the dolls, and she does carry it on. If Luke seems like he's old and grumpy, the movie doesn't necessarily agree with him. And this guy that wants to kill the past, he's the bad guy. So I think it really can be seen as a love letter to people like me that love Star Wars.
Yeah. That's
I
actually
get that. Yeah.
very well worded. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that when I was
Uh-huh.
watching the movie, I've never ever seen this many people go to the bathroom in a movie.
Wow.
Like
What an
there were
insult.
people leaving all the time during pivotal moments of the movie. Some dude left when the lightsaber battle at the end happens. And I was like, why would you leave now? This is like the
Should we have
best
done
part.
like a little spoiler warning?
Yeah, I mean that it's not a spoiler there, the lightsaber battle at the end of a Star Wars movie.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I think every Star Wars movie have a lightsaber battle at the end. Oh man. Yeah, yeah, that's basically what I'll be doing.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So Ned,
So should we anything else people want to mention, or should we jump into the topics?
There's one thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Last night I had this dream where I saw Queen, Freddie Mercury from Queen, shot a guy with a pistol. But then in the dream, it turns out that was all actually inside of Kingdom Hearts 3 VR. And then I'm like, in the dream, I'm like, whoa, Disney really does own everything. But then I woke up and realized, oh, that was a dream. Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't going to come out for like a million years.
What?
that's
All right, that's
I thought this actually happened. I think I read about this earlier today.
All right. So yeah, let's get into Nintendo in 2018 so far.
What a perfect segue into that.
Yeah,
Smooth
we
transitions.
went from weird dreams to people having dreams and they being completely broken. So, general thoughts about the Direct Mini that they had earlier in January.
I liked the announcement of Tropical Freeze coming, and that was basically it.
I'm hoping for more, but it's a pretty good foundation. Last year, Switch really killed it with a lot of their first-party stuff coming out like just about every month.
Mhm.
So this is kind of port-heavy, but that's okay because a lot of people didn't have the Wii U, and it'd be great for
absolutely.
portable. I want to see Bayonetta still. That wasn't in the Direct, but that's one thing I'm looking forward to. But to get Hyrule Warriors finally on the Switch for the people who miss the Wii U, and Dark Souls is another good one. So I don't mind having some ports, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people's expectations are really high going into it.
like
so.
Yes.
the internet was crazy before this Direct happened.
Absolutely.
I like the Direct because I don't raise my own expectations to unrealistic levels.
Mhm.
I'm actually an adult who can manage my expectations, unlike the entire internet.
Yeah,
See,
that
I'm
was
not. I
everyone
wanted
else
Smash
hyping
Bros.
it up,
Yeah.
and then Nintendo trolling everyone that was overhyping it
Yeah.
with
Mhm.
the burning robot guy.
And then like the thing I really don't understand is that everyone blames Nintendo for this. It's not their fault. Their plan,
Yeah.
if you look at what their plan was to just stealth drop this in the middle
Yeah.
of January.
I think what they might have been trying to hint at with those weird pictures, like the burning robot and the animal, the crossing, was that I think both of those were things that were announced in mini directs instead of major directs. So maybe like, oh, remember that one, remember that one. Those were just mini directs, but it just got everyone overexcited.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't think Chibi-Robo has ever been that popular.
Yeah, I've got him on my 3DS, but I've never booted it up.
Yeah, the original Chibi-Robo is the only game that's good in the series on GameCube. It's actually really cool. You play as a cleaning robot, and you're supposed to clean up the entire.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into the announcements. As you said, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is coming to Switch, which I'm super
Very
excited
excited.
about. I would say like among like the new games, so to speak, not really a lot of new games. I think there's only really one new game in this entire announcement. But
Is
like
it Mario
a
Tennis?
game that I'm actually like very excited for is Mario Tennis Aces. Because I kind of missed the GameCube when that was out back in the day. I was a PlayStation 2 game back in the day. So I missed all of the Mario sports games really. And I didn't really buy like a lot of them on Wii either. I had a Wii, but I mostly played on PlayStation 3. So like I really wanted them to bring back the sports games on Switch. So the fact that they've announced Mario Tennis Aces is actually something I'm very excited about.
Yeah, it seems cool. I don't know if I'll pick it up. I'm not too into the few Mario sports games I've played, but I don't know. People seem to like it a good bit. So
Yeah,
I haven't gotten too much use out of my 1-2 Switch yet, so maybe that'll be a fun one. If people come over. And also Kirby's on there too, I think, wasn't he? I don't know. I don't always like spending lots of money on Kirby games, but they're cute and fun. So maybe for me that would be a good rental, like a GameFly gets through.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That one was for 3DS, right?
It's Kirby Star Allies.
Oh
that's
wait,
coming to Switch.
Yeah, right.
Then there's also Kirby Battle Royale, which is on 3DS.
Oh, okay,
and it's
that's what
not
I was
a PUBG clone. That would be funny as hell, though. Like, just imagine.
Oh my gosh.
Kirby.
It would be.
Fucking Kirby.
I think it only took me like 1 hour to beat Kirby Battle Royale on very hard mode. Although I didn't beat it on some of the really weak sauce weapons. It was I think a mini game for the other one. But yeah, they're still doing some stuff for 3DS here and there.
Yeah, I'm hung up on this idea of a Kirby Battle Royale game.
Yeah. Let's make everything Battle Royale. That would be awesome.
Is it like, can we combine like Kirby Air Ride and PUBG? That would be, what a game.
There was like some tweet I saw today that was like fucking hilarious. Can I find it? Maybe not. Don't think so. Yeah, no. It was some kind of comment about Kirby and how he will be a good asset for the revolution. Something like that. It was hilarious. I don't remember what the context was, so I can't really talk more about that. But yeah, it was hilarious. Anyway, yeah, Kirby. I've never really played. The only Kirby game that I've really played a lot is Kirby. What's the name of it? Epic Yarn on Wii.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it was cute, although the touchscreen only was nice. It's better than a lot of tablet games out there, but I kind of wish I had a controller by the end of it too.
Okay, I found a tweet. It's here a comment on the American government. The last time the government shut down was the day Kirby's Triple Deluxe was announced. Kirby's Battle Royale came out this Friday, and same day the government shut down again. Moral of the story: Kirby destroys all governments.
That's amazing.
The true devourer of worlds.
And then the comment, like a reply to that, was, "He will be a good asset in the revolution." Oh, that was hilarious.
That's what a coincidence. That's a great coincidence.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the directs. They also announced Dark Souls Remastered. So that was pretty cool.
This excite anybody?
I think this will
It
be
was
the
a
first
nice
time.
surprise.
I think this might be the first time I ever play a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not sure yet. I mean, the fact that you can't pause on a portable system, like you can't pause any of the Dark Souls games. So but since the Switch is portable, it's like the fact that you can't pause, that's kind of turning me off a lot.
Yeah, that's
It's a
weird.
good
I didn't know that.
But yeah, Hyrule
Yeah,
Warriors.
I have the.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I have Dark Souls 1 for Xbox, and I never touched it, so I don't expect to play it on the Switch.
All right, so next up was Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Another
cool,
version of Hyrule Warriors. I played it on Wii U.
Yeah,
And
it was an interesting one to pick, I think, to port, but I don't know.
yeah.
Well, maybe
Did people like
lot
this
of
game?
people. I did. A lot of people are probably
Okay.
wondering when the next Zelda is going to come out because Breath of the Wild did so well, and this is something to throw out to them.
Yeah.
And it's definitely better than the Fire Emblem Warriors, which I didn't love all that much.
I didn't play
but
it.
okay,
Yeah.
with Hyrule Warriors, I spent like over 550 hours to
Damn.
get all the achievements. I think it was 557, and most of it was fun. It was kind of a drag at the end when, oh, surprise, you don't just get giant beast Ganon, you get a giant cuckoo chicken, and the only thing you do is peck. And I had to grind with a cuckoo, and that was kind of, but most of the game was pretty fun if you like beat 'em ups and leveling up and repetitive, soothing, get into the zone by just killing lots of people in a Zelda universe. It wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I played it on Wii U for a little bit. I'm just not really into the games that aren't that polished, and that game is just like,
Yeah.
it's not. It does not
Who's
have
it
that
made by?
Nintendo polish. It's made
Yeah.
by Omega
Toei-
Force, Koei
Mhm.
Tecmo, and Omega Force.
Okay.
Yes, those two.
And I'm
Although
sure.
technically that was the first time Zelda's ever been in HD, kind of.
Yeah,
A
sadly.
new
that's
Zelda game in
funny.
HD.
Sadly. But yeah, I imagine the only reason this is on Switch is because I assume Koei Tecmo is porting it. If Nintendo had,
Gotcha.
if Nintendo were the ones who were supposed to port it, this would have never come to Switch, I would imagine.
I get you, yeah.
All right, so next here is the biggest announcement: Super Mario Odyssey Luigi's Balloon World.
Oh, I'm so excited to hide those balloons.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing, honestly, to hear
Yeah.
like I really wanted to play as Luigi, and then
Mhm.
all Luigi's
Yeah.
gonna do in this game is balloons.
Yeah. I was expecting like a new world or a new level type thing, but
Yeah, like I wasn't really
balloons are
expecting
cool.
anything, but like now the fact they're actually using the Luigi character and all they're doing is attaching him to
Yeah.
3 balloons. Like how hard
Yeah.
could it possibly be? Like they have the Luigi model. They have his model.
Yep.
How hard could it be to
Yep.
just adjust Mario's physics and make him play like Luigi does in Mario Galaxy? Like
Yeah,
that
a
would be
little
cool.
floatier.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Mhm.
he's a bit floatier. He does higher jumps. He glides a little bit when he stops walking. Like, how hard could that be to implement? I'm sure that's even easier to do than this balloon thing. And it would be so
Probably
much
is,
like
yeah.
that would make like a lot of people probably replay Super
Yeah,
Mario Odyssey
absolutely.
again just to play
I
as
would
Luigi.
replay the whole game. Yep.
Yeah, I would too.
It's good. I don't know.
So yeah, another announcement was that Donkey Kong is joining Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
That's cool.
And then
I really liked Mario plus Rabbids, but Donkey Kong being in it, I don't know if that makes a big difference to me.
yeah,
honestly.
I liked it too. Did you play it, Paul?
No, it's on the list of things that I'm hoping to catch up on
Yeah.
soon. Since, or at least I'm proud of Nintendo for making that partnership with Ubisoft and putting out something good with that.
Yeah,
I was surprised how good it was.
yeah.
Like I really liked it.
Yeah, like the level of polish on that game. Like I don't like if you. I think Ubisoft games specifically is kind of known for being this. You have like a few systems and they're reused through an entire game. So
Uh-huh,
they make
mhm.
these kind of singular things that can be like duplicated a lot.
Mhm.
Like Just Dance 2018 is going to come out on the Wii U and on the Wii.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I mean, like in more terms of like game systems, like they have like one
Yeah.
animation for something, and that animation
I
can be
see.
used multiple times throughout can do different purposes. But like this
Okay.
game has so many different like specific one-purpose things that I did not expect from a Ubisoft game. Like if you look in the backgrounds, like the rabbits that are like messing around in the backgrounds, like they probably, I don't think it wouldn't surprise me if there's not a single group of rabbits that have the same animations.
Mhm.
I don't remember
For
seeing
sure.
any duplicates, so like that was really surprising to me.
Mhm. It's all the little things
Yeah,
that go a long way.
it's a very
And a lot of the
detailed game.
characters even have their own Twitters. Like did you hear the thing
What?
from Peach Rabbit has had a Twitter for a long
my
time
God.
since
Oh my
development. And if you go
That's
back, it seems
perfect.
like that character might be transgender that slowly transitioned into wearing dresses. If you look at her pictures.
That's amazing.
What? That's hilarious. Oh my god. How? Yeah,
That is
that's
such a perfect
yeah. I also
crossover.
like
Yep, I see the Instagram.
something that I really like throughout in the game too is like you can really see that this is not made by Nintendo in a way that how
Mhm.
it kind of is a parody of Mario
Mhm.
rather than like an actual Mario game. Like I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's this one moment in the game where it makes so many comments on the entire Mario franchise, and yeah, Nintendo would have never done that on
Yep.
their own.
Yeah. It was good. What was there's only been like a handful of games, Mario games made by different developers, right? I think
Yeah.
the Mario RPG on the
Yeah, the
SNES.
Mario RPGs, like the one on the SNES is made by Square, and then
Yeah, that's right.
people from that team have started other studios that are now making other Mario RPGs. Or I
Okay.
think people from that team in Square made, I think they're called Alpha Dream, and they're making the Mario Luigi series. Then I
Okay.
don't know who's making the Paper Mario series, but
Whoever's doing it is doing a great job, and then stopped doing a great job.
I would
I
assume
actually didn't play the ones people didn't like, so
I would assume it's kind of the same people because Paper Mario was originally supposed to be RPG too.
Mhm.
So I assume they kind of from the same kind of origins there. So, but yeah,
could see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Pokemon-
system after the PlayStation deal fell through and they didn't make a combination of PlayStation Nintendo combo console, they made, is it like some other company that made these terrible CD Zelda and Mario games?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Philips
yeah.
CDI.
Philips.
Yeah,
Mhm.
CDI. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
They're forgettable.
I can't wait for
Oh, man.
Nintendo to make a classic version of those.
I watched Game Grumps play all of the CDI games,
Oh,
and
that's
oh my
perfect.
god, they're such a train wreck. Especially the last one, Zelda's Adventure. It is so bad. It is so
Oh my
ridiculously bad.
The animations in that game is top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch meme quality.
All right, so let's just get through quickly the last few announcements that they made. All right, yeah. For some reason, I thought I wasn't recording. I am.
Oh.
I don't know. All right, so they announced more fighters for Pokken Tournament, which was really surprising to me because I just kind of assumed that Pokken Tournament was like a quick port job by request from Nintendo or something.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're actually putting more content into it, that was very surprising.
That's cool. Yeah, I never really got into
Yeah,
the Pokken tournament.
I played the demo on both Wii
Yeah,
U
me too,
and
that's all.
Switch, and yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of fighting games in general. I think they're way too
Yeah.
stiff and digital in their movements, and like Pokken Tournaments is like the embodiment of stiff movements.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more interested in Pokemon for the collecting. So even though I'm a big Pokemon fan, this game didn't really interest me.
Yeah. Then they also announced release dates for Faye, and Celeste, two indie games. Don't remember the release dates. Coming soon. And then also, let's see. Yeah, Payday 2 gets a Switch exclusive character.
That was unexpected.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys.
yeah, it's
There might be
but-
something there.
Yeah, it's a girl who has a mask that says Joy, and it's both blue and red, so it's like the colors
Yeah.
of the Joy-Cons. So
Yeah.
that was pretty funny.
Payday 2 was like probably the least expected game I had for this mini direct.
Yeah, they actually announced this last year. Payday 2.
Okay, well, I'm just out of the loop.
All right, I think that's pretty much it for the direct mini. If there are any other announcements.
The World Ends With You.
Oh yeah,
know
right.
if we
That's the
mentioned
big
that.
one.
Mhm.
They
Yes.
actually started with that one. Yeah, I didn't play it on DS.
I didn't play it either, but the art style looks so cool that I might have to try it.
Might try it out. All right. So here comes the most surprising announcement that Nintendo's probably ever made, and that's Nintendo Labo.
Oh yeah. This wait, Paul, do you have kids? Yeah, you have kids.
I have a newborn, so I'm almost tempted
okay.
to buy some of these kits and just hold on to them for 6 years, and then be like, "Look at this! We're gonna turn you into a robot today."
You can buy two sets. Buy one for yourself, and then buy one another set to just keep around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I when I saw this, like, obviously they might kind of post it on Twitter, like, oh, we're gonna make this announcement, and it's gonna be aimed towards kids and kids at heart. And I was like, okay, interesting.
Animal Crossing.
Interesting. And everyone's like, virtual console, and I was like, no, it's not gonna be virtual console. Dude, do you not understand what this means? Kids don't fucking care about old games.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it could have been Animal Crossing. But yeah, I immediately expected like nothing out of the ordinary. Something out of the ordinary, I mean.
But this got
so
a big
wait,
reaction
is-
from a lot of people, even people who aren't gamers, and I think that's what Nintendo wanted. They've been
Yeah,
saying we
yeah.
want to sell a lot of Switches in this new year. Even people that aren't, like the Wii. But the Wii they sold to like grandmas and stuff, and this might be
Yeah.
another creative way to open those kinds of doors.
Yeah,
So
for
kudos to
sure.
them for the creativity.
yeah.
For some expensive cardboard.
So if you don't know what Nintendo Labo is, just Google it and watch the trailer. But a short recap, it's kind of cardboard accessories for the
Yeah, it's
Switch that are actually very, very innovative and very creative on a
For
level
sure.
that even exceeds the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were these peripherals on Wii where you like a fishing rod that you could put your controllers in and do like
Yeah.
here like there are some things that are so insanely creative and things where you're like, how does this even work? Like,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
first of all, there is a 13 key piano that works from the IR motion camera on the right
Yeah,
Joy-Con.
yeah. That's very strange. Yeah.
It's
That's great.
completely insane. I don't understand.
I think
like,
these are called Toy Cons.
yeah,
Awesome.
they're called
Oh,
Toy-Cons.
yeah.
Good
So-
naming this generation.
Yeah, so the entire kind of line of accessories is called Nintendo Labo, and then the accessories themselves are called Toy-Cons.
Mhm.
Which is such
What-
a brilliant name since the controllers are called Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
I feel like they had this plan from the beginning.
I'm sure. Did they announce the price?
Yes, they did. So there are two
Like-
packs right now, but there are also a lot of Toy-Cons that were announced in the trailer that haven't been like properly announced yet. So
Like the shotgun.
yeah, and the camera looks so cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I wonder if this is going to get a bunch of people to buy a second Switch for their kid. Like, I don't want you to
Yeah.
mess up my save file on Dark Souls. Here, you could have your own.
Yeah,
That's definitely what they seem to want. Yeah.
yeah,
like
they
a
definitely
hand,
it more like a
sell it
handheld.
like his handheld.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of why why the Switch is selling so well too. Because when it comes to a PS4, yeah, I think you would share your PS4 with whoever you live with, you know.
For sure.
But like when it comes to a portable console, and I think that's kind of why portable consoles usually sell so well, is because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it's like a phone. You don't share your phone with significant other or your parents or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their own, and that's why I think, as part of why I think the Switch is selling so ridiculously well, because like if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever who also plays games, like you're not gonna share your Switch. Like eventually you're gonna
Yep.
buy another one.
Mhm.
That's just how it works. But yeah, like back to Labo, it's the piano. There's the like the oh yeah, right, prices. That was what I was gonna get to. Yes, there are two packs. There is the variety kit and the robot kit. And the variety kit includes the piano, the bike
house?
handle, the house, the fishing rod, and the RC car.
Okay.
And then the robot kit is just the robot kit.
So, is the software, is that like a game that comes with
Yeah,
it?
I think
yeah.
some software comes with the $70 variety one, I think.
Yeah,
And
I
we don't
think,
know how deep they are, though.
I think
Okay.
I think a lot of people, a lot of people are talking about, oh, $70 or $80 for cardboard. I actually think it's more the fact that the game costs $60, so it's more
Yeah.
They sold
Yeah.
the classic
1-2 Switch was
Nintendo
60.
overpricing games. And then
Mhm.
there's like $10 or $20 of cardboard in it. So
Is the cardboard? Can you buy that on its own?
I
Or do
think
we
you
know
could
that yet?
download it or something and take out the X-Acto knives.
Yeah, I
That
saw
sounds
that
like
you
a
could.
pain.
Go off like the schematics or whatever.
yeah, that was actually like when they talked about it. When kind of funny. I'm not gonna make too many off channel references here, but
Yeah.
I was the one who wrote into what's it called? You're wrong. I talked about
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it was someone else in the You're Wrong that talked, and I said like, yeah, they're gonna release the schematics or whatever, and stuff like that, because I'd heard that. But then someone else in there said that no, they're not gonna do that, and they're not gonna offer free replacements, and there might be paid replacements. Like there is nothing nailed down. We don't know actually what's gonna happen,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I've heard reports that the schematics are not gonna be released, which I feel is a very dumb idea because it's literally cardboard and you can make that
Yeah.
yourself. They should just release the schematics for free because they're gonna go out there anyway. Like it's literally just a blank sheet of
Yeah.
cardboard. Like all you have to do is
Exactly, yeah.
put a paper over it and just trace the lines. Like it's
Yeah.
not
You
hard.
might see third-party toy cons or even
Yeah.
replacements.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be really
Definitely.
interesting to see what
The
they
Mad
do
Catz
with this.
piano.
But kudos to Nintendo for another curveball, because if they blow people's minds, it doesn't surprise me. If they faceplant, it doesn't surprise me. They have great moments, and they've
Yeah.
messed up things too.
It's always great to see people doing different things. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm really kind of excited for this, and I think I'm gonna buy it even though it's not really targeted to me.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think I have any reason to buy it. So yeah.
but yeah, like the responses on Twitter were hilarious around this. Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps said said this quote quote, Nintendo Labo looks dumb, end quote, 32-year-old man. And that just summarizes everything. Like
Mhm.
it's just all the old people who say like, oh, this is for kids, and you're like, yeah, it's for kids, that's the
It
point.
is. Yeah, that's really fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
And kids at heart, though.
yeah, and kids at heart. I would say I'm a kid at heart.
At least Nintendo hasn't only been marketing towards kids this time around, and that's been going well for them.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it was weird. Like this is the first time in a Nintendo commercial where I will actually seen someone who's like under 20 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think we saw a kid in a Pokken tournament in a trailer, but that's Pokemon Company. But
Oh, was that the Super Bowl commercial? Or
no, they released a similar trailer for Pokken tournaments.
Okay.
But yeah, that's anything else want to talk about in terms of Nintendo Labo?
It seems cool. I hope the cardboard is like durable.
Yeah.
That seems to be a major concern.
I really
for most
hope they
people.
supply some kind of replacements, because if people are gonna have to buy the entire $70 thing again, it's
Yeah.
not gonna sit well with people.
It really wouldn't.
The best two remixes of the trailer I saw was changing it to the Willy Wonka Pure Imagination music, or changing it to
Oh.
that Kanye West song that starts with the piano thing.
Not too familiar with his work.
Me neither. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Return in terms of Nintendo Labo. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into some predictions for the rest of 2018 in terms of
Okay.
Nintendo.
So I got two predictions or two things I want to run by you guys. Do you think that there will be a Pokemon game this year?
They're trying. We'll see.
I actually think that the announcement of Detective Pikachu for 3DS is a message that Pokemon for Switch is not coming this year.
Okay.
Did you notice that Ryan Reynolds is going to play Pikachu in the movie version?
What?
Yeah.
What a weird.
I love that.
crossover.
It's gonna be so good.
I might have to get that game.
Just-
honestly.
And people have been calling it Pika Pool because it's Deadpool gonna
gosh.
play Pikachu. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh man, that movie will be great on some level.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh man.
Do you think that there's another classic console this year?
I think yes, either 64 or Game Boy or something like that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I'm leaning more towards Game Boy.
I could also.
I was
see
thinking
them,
that too.
I could also see them skipping this year because Switch is on
Yeah.
such a good roll that
That's
they
fair.
don't want to avert attention from the Switch. But
That's fair.
but yeah, I could see them releasing either a Game Boy Classic or an N64 Classic.
Yeah, I was
they
saying
don't
before the
release-
podcast started that the prices of the 64, the original 64s have been going up on the retro markets because the kids,
Oh, yeah.
the people that were kids when the 64 came out are adults now, and they're doing the nostalgia thing. So there's a surge for the 64 these days.
Yeah.
It didn't
That was
have a
good
deep
timing.
library, but
Yeah,
if you
the
have 30-some
libraries.
games, that's everything. A classic with the 64 really could cover everything.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
the 64 library is one of the worst in Nintendo's history, I think. Right down
Yeah,
there
I
with
guess.
and I think one of the only ones that are beneath the Nintendo 64 is the Virtual Boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like-
some good
Fair
stuff,
enough.
but not very deep. And yeah.
Yeah, the thing with 64 is that there are a few really good games, but there's nothing else really.
It's true. Do you think that they would? How many games do you think they would do if they did do?
I think
classic?
15,
15.
and I think there's going to be a lot of trash on it.
That's probably fair.
I think you'll see.
Do you think they can get Banjo? Or
No, probably not Banjo.
no?
I think
Does
Microsoft
owns it.
Microsoft
yeah.
would probably be okay with it, but I don't think Nintendo would be okay with it.
Okay. I wasn't sure because they released Donkey Kong Country on the Switch, and I wasn't expecting that because isn't that like partially owned by Rare?
No, I mean, Donkey Kong Country, I mean, Rare, that was made by Rare, but Nintendo owns everything in regards to Donkey
Oh,
Kong.
okay. Okay.
It's like if you
Okay.
look at the port that actually Rare made, the remake of Diddy Kong Racing on DS, that surprisingly Rare that actually developed. I didn't know that until I checked and looked it up. Because it was this weird deal. Like after Rare was purchased by Microsoft, since Microsoft didn't have a portable console, they were still allowed to work with Nintendo on portable games
Interesting.
because they didn't have any kind of foot in that market.
No horse in that race.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they could just release the NES Classic again, actually sell more of those, and make money that way too.
Fine with that,
Yeah.
honestly.
They might
didn't
want to
give it-
try to
didn't give
sell
them-
the same game over in the Switch market if they actually get that going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what I was gonna get to is that in the Diddy Kong Racing remake, they had to remove characters like Conker and Banjo because those characters are
okay.
actually
Oh, yeah.
owned by Rare and now by Microsoft.
Gotcha.
Illegal
Um,
stuff.
but yeah, one of the something really interesting that I found out about recently is that the only Western. Can you guess the only Western character in Smash Bros?
Oh, it's a good question.
Sonic?
No, the
trying
only
to think now.
Western-made character in Smash Bros.
Pac-Man?
Nope.
No. Who is he?
It's Diddy Kong.
I
Really?
like that.
Because
it's
Diddy
fun
Kong was
trivia.
made by Rare. So
Yeah.
Diddy Kong is the only Western-made character in
Oh.
Smash Bros.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was very interesting. I found it on Digino Gaming. Yeah, Digino
Nice.
Gaming.
Solid channel.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah. The new Rare games are made by Retro and not by Rare.
Okay.
Donkey Kong Country. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something else interesting fact about Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze: it took 4 years to make.
Really?
Yeah, they developed that game for 4 years.
When did the original one, or not the original one, but the first
Donkey Kong Country
Return come out?
Donkey Kong Country Returns came out in 2010, and Donkey Kong
Okay.
Country Tropical Freeze came out in 2014.
Okay.
And it's 2018 now, so it's been 4 years.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would compete with their re-release though.
That's the thing though.
This year?
They announced ports for Bayonetta 2, 1 and 2 for Switch.
I
and
was
they
thinking the
announced
same
Bayonetta 3.
thing.
So, actually, that's a great tie-in to one of my predictions, is that we're going to see Retro's game this year, and it will be Donkey Kong Country 3.
What's the name?
End of their trilogy. And, I don't know, extra prediction, it's going to be called Donkey Kong Country Returns of Tropicals and Freezing.
It was easier to guess the names of things in the 64 generation.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think the game's gonna be called? I don't know. Super Mario 65. Like,
you know what's funny? The
solid
64, 65.
yeah. All right. So, who made the prediction about Pokemon?
This boy right here.
Okay. Yeah. So you said we're gonna see a Pokemon game this year.
I don't think we will.
You don't think we will see a Pokemon game this year?
I'd be surprised. And so it would be if a Pokemon game for the Switch. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It would be a new one, right? They talked about this at E3, right? There was a little
They announced
segment of a guy talking.
It's in development.
Something that I
Okay.
thought was very interesting is that I heard like a rumor that after Pokemon Company announced the new Pokemon game and their intent was to just make a sequel to like a game very similar to Sun and Moon. In its structure and style and stuff like that. So basically just another Pokemon game, you know?
Pokemon Stars, yeah.
Not necessarily like the third version, but just
Oh.
like the new generation and just like evolve it as a Pokemon game as
okay.
evolved as they are. But after they saw the critical reception to Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey, and this is obviously a rumor, but
Are they
You're
going to
getting
remix
excited.
it?
what basically they refocused the project to actually make it a more innovative version of Pokemon. I believe it was Easy Allies who found this. I'm not sure. I don't follow them. I follow
don't either,
a channel
no.
called Spawnwave, and they said it was on Easy Allies. They said that like Game Freak is actually reinventing Pokemon.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I could do with that. I don't know how they would approach that though.
Yeah, there were actually more. Yeah, I actually think Kinda Funny covered this one. I'm not sure who did, but it was
They might
somewhere I
have.
heard about it where they're actually experimenting with a new battle system that is actually more real time.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Because I think a major part about Pokemon in general, the Pokemon games, is that you're not controlling your Pokemon. You're ordering your Pokemon to do things. So I don't think I really want a game where I'm directly controlling my Pokemon, because I'm playing as the trainer.
Yeah, that sounds like more of like a spin-off type game.
Yeah. They said that there was like a lot of inspirations from Pokken Tournament and stuff like that.
I wonder if there'll even be like multiple guys out at once.
Yeah. It could be. They could bring back double battles.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, I think if it is the case that Pokemon is not coming out this year, I do think that this is a larger project than it originally thought. Because
I'm down for
Pokemon. Like Game Freak develops their games extremely fast. Like Pokemon has been annualized for like a long time.
Yeah.
And like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that came out last year, like that could have been made by 10 people on the staff, you know, like there were basically no differences. So
yeah,
like the main
Japanese
team,
companies can really work people hard.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think the main team at Pokemon at the Game Freak has probably been making this game since the end of Sun and Moon in 2016. So
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. So Paul, do you have any prediction?
Well, my hope would be some kind of Netflix-style subscription to virtual console things, but I don't think they're going to do that. But my actual prediction is that they'll have something for actually announcing and putting out more of a virtual console for the Switch.
Yeah, wasn't the prediction that would be tied in with like the online?
Like maybe like
subscription they're gonna do,
like PlayStation Plus, where you could have like a game a month or something like that.
Yeah,
that would make money.
I'm actually really worried in terms of virtual console on the Switch, because they've seen so much success with the classic systems. I feel like Nintendo really don't want to do virtual console because the classic systems are so profitable.
Yeah. I don't know. I could have seen them maybe doing like they release the NES Classic and then they start adding NES Classic games to the virtual console on Switch, and then they do SNES Classic, and then they do it on the Switch like a year later or something.
Yeah.
Like in that order.
And those minis just don't have enough. It just hypes people up.
They really don't.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I'm actually leaning towards, and yeah, like I'm just being kind of a pessimistic realist here. So yeah. I think we're not going to see virtual console on Switch. I really want to have virtual console on Switch, but I sadly don't think it's going to happen.
That NVIDIA business in China is a hint that they might be capable of it, but we'll see. I appreciate that Nintendo highly values their IPs, but at the same time, they're sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah.
I would be extremely surprised if there was no virtual console at some point.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to happen at some point. But yeah, I hope I'm wrong, basically.
It's funny how we sometimes grade Nintendo on a curve. Like if it was PlayStation or Xbox, it'd be like, oh, I wonder if they'll ever sell us old games.
The thing with, I think it's really funny, like Nintendo, they generally don't really care about what fans say, if you think about it. And I actually appreciate that a lot.
It's true.
Because
it helps them innovate.
Yeah, you can see exactly what the opposite is, and that's Xbox. Xbox, they're listening exactly to everything that the fans say, and they don't really innovate at all. Like if you look at, and like I think the Xbox One X is like the perfect analog of that. Like it's just the most powerful system ever made, because that's what people asked for. Like there's nothing innovative about the Xbox One X.
Yeah, apparently they had a good December, as you guys know, and maybe they're laying a good foundation for the next generation. But yeah, they're not winning the race right now.
Yeah. And
yeah, for sure.
Also, I know you're an Xbox fanboy, Clayton, so this might be
totally.
Here. But yeah, I got an Xbox One back in like 2015 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm finally gonna play games that people have talked about a lot, like Halo and Gears of War. Start playing Halo 1. Wow, this game sucks. And
dare you.
Like, it was just ridiculously boring. I listened to a podcast and just kind of ran through the entire game on easy. It was really boring. I didn't like the mechanics at all. I didn't like that you can aim, that you can run. That didn't make any sense. Then I played Halo 2, and like, yeah, it was a prettier version, but like, because it was the anniversary one, but the level design was still horrible. Like, the entire game is designed for 2000 hardware, where they need to have corridors instead of loading screens, you know?
True.
So the entirety of Halo 1 and Halo 2 are just the same, like, shaped corridors that you just run through all the time. And didn't like any of those games. Halo 3 was better, but because that was like a visual downgrade from Halo 2 Anniversary, since
that's true.
that kind of left a little sour taste in the mouth. So yeah. Then I went to Halo 4. Really liked that one. Really liked Halo 4.
Me too. Yeah.
But yeah, like, still, so yeah, like, if I would say like my favorite Xbox exclusive, well, that's definitely Sunset Overdrive. But like, after that, that's probably Halo 4.
It's a good one.
Halo 5, did not like that game at all. The gameplay,
didn't even
pretty
bother.
good.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Halo 5, like, I played the story and like, wow, this is a hot mess.
Yeah, I played the beta and I saw a little bit of the reviews and I'm just like, I'm not even going to bother with this one.
Yeah, like, what happens is, like, the story doesn't make any sense. First of all, now there are 3 more people next to Master Chief. You're like, who the fuck are you? Like, oh, sorry, you didn't read the comics. Or the novels, or whatever it is. And then the entirety of the game, you're following fucking Luke Cage. And you're like, I want to see Master Chief. And then through the entire game, like, because that's the thing too, they, like, if you really think about it, the only reason they introduced this new team as main characters in Halo 5 is because this new, like, 343, who is the new developer of Halo, they don't like the fact that they can't take off Master Chief's helmet. That's the entire reason they have a new set of characters.
Yeah.
And that also embodies the fact why Microsoft isn't doing anything innovative, because they're so scared of their fans. If they remove Master Chief's helmet, they know everyone's gonna hate them right away, and that's why they introduce new characters that they can remove the helmet off of.
What if they removed his helmet and he had like a really small face? That'd be great.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Microsoft is so ridiculously scared of their fans. And I think that can be seen in even more things. Like, one of the franchises that have been the biggest, like, parallels to each other in the entire game industry is God of War and Gears of War, because they've all released in, I think, the same year and in the same order, like Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and then a spin-off. And then Gears of War 4 and God of War 4 is coming out, and God of War is this huge reimagination of the franchise, and Gears of War 4 is the exact same.
I get you.
Yeah, and I also played Gears of War, the like, remastered version that they released on Xbox One and PC. Didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
it's a bro shooter.
Not a huge Gears fan.
Yeah, like, everyone's like, oh man, bro, it's cool, bro. Yeah, we're so big. Look at our guns. It has the shapes on it.
Yeah, those are some thick boys for sure.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm not feeling this at all. And like, it hurts to say that I don't like Gears of War because I love Cliff Bleszinski. Like, he's such a cool guy, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't like this game at all.
I'm sure he's listening to this podcast too. He's probably crying right now.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Cliff Bleszinski. I'm sorry about Lawbreakers. But yeah, back to Nintendo. Like, actually, last thing about Microsoft is that because kind of Microsoft have taught their fans to only like bro shooters, I think that is the main reason why Sea of Thieves is gonna totally bomb on Xbox, and it would be a huge success.
I'm sure it'll bomb. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, like, that is so sad, because, like, I think Sea of Thieves would be a huge success on PlayStation and on Nintendo platforms. But yeah, like it's just not the kind of game that Xbox gamers want.
Yeah.
Also,
like
a
the-
lot
I
of
agree.
oh, sorry. Also, a lot of games that are almost Xbox exclusives really end up coming out for PC as well.
Yeah, every game on Xbox can be played on PC at this point, except for like
Mhm.
the early ones, like Sunset Overdrive.
Hmm.
But the console wars seem a lot different from when I was a kid because so many more gamers are adults, and because of that, you see so many multi-console households. It's
Yeah.
not just I'm just a Nintendo house. Here's the Sega
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
People
Mhm.
have 2 or 3, so it kind of changes things a little bit that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just kind of accepted that Xbox is lost.
Yeah.
I can live.
And actually,
I can
like,
live with it.
comment on that, even like, if you listen to a lot of podcasts these days, everyone says like, "Do you think Microsoft's exclusives will come out on Xbox One or Xbox Two?" And I'm like, dude, they're not gonna release a new console a year after they release the Xbox One X. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think either PlayStation or Microsoft are interested in releasing a new console right now.
Yeah, I agree. When do you think we would see a new console though? Maybe like
I don't know, like
2020.
2021 at the earliest, I think.
Because
Did
they
you
were
see
they
them,
were
like,
kind of
talking
stepping
about it
back
next
a
year?
bit from the generation. They were kind of like, oh, we could just upgrade the same kind of console, but then they're losing, so they might be thinking about the next step. So who knows?
Yeah, and I also think in
Yeah.
terms of Microsoft, I think they're definitely adopting the iPhone model. I think even though they don't want to say it because it's bad marketing at this point,
I don't want that.
because
really
I
don't
think what
want
we're
that.
gonna see is like the Xbox One is the base model, then we have the Scorpio or not, the Xbox One X is the better model, and then they're gonna release a third model, and then when the fourth model comes out, the first one will be removed, and then when the fifth model comes out, the X will be removed, and then this kind of cycle, and that's what I think is gonna happen.
I really don't want that, but I could see it happening, so it's kind of scary.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, sorry, we're
actually
still-
it's kind of a common or a direct response to how processor technology is working right now. I saw a video on Digital Foundry. It was actually very fascinating, and that is the fact that ever since like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out pretty much at the same time because processor technology had just found another revolution. Like there were just another revolution in processor technology, and ever since there hasn't been any steps forward. We're still using the same kind of processors, they're just faster.
Interesting.
So I actually don't think we're gonna see a new console generation until we have another one of those revolutions. Which could be in as long as 5 years.
And at some
Yeah, that's
point, there's
interesting.
only so many pixels you could have on a TV. Maybe, I don't know. I never expected the 4K thing to happen, but now that's a thing.
Yeah, like obviously 4K will happen eventually, but
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
I think the only reason they're pushing it right now is because TV manufacturers want it to be pushed and they want something new to sell, because everyone already
Mhm.
has everyone already has 1080p TVs. 3D completely failed, so they need a new gimmick to sell, and that's 4K right now. Obviously 4K is the next natural step in display technology, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna happen eventually.
for sure. All right. Wait. Have we talked much about Virtual Console?
Yeah, we
Like,
talked
when
a
do we
little
think
bit
we'll
about
see that?
Virtual Console.
Yeah, the only other 2 things that I might hope for might be some kind of announcement with either Mario Maker or
Oh,
Smash
yeah.
5.
Yeah,
I want Mario
We'll see.
Maker.
yeah. Do you think Smash will be a port or a new game?
That's the question.
I could see it being like a deluxe version.
I think it's gonna be a port. I would actually prefer it being a port.
I'd be fine with it.
That depends on if Nintendo can twist Sakurai's arm into giving his life to making another one.
That's
or
the
not.
thing, right? Like, I think you're kind of seeing it at this point that it's really paining Sakurai to keep making Smash Bros games.
For
And
sure, yeah.
You can see what kind of cool games he makes when he's not making Smash Bros games. Like, have you guys played Kid Icarus Uprising?
I want to.
Yeah.
That is one of the coolest games I played in a long time. The controls were horrible, but it was like I love the characters in it. Like they kept talking all the time. They did never stop talking, but it was fun. It was cool. But yeah, like the main reason I want Smash to be a port is because I want Sakurai to be working on other things.
People would buy the port.
It's true.
And I think if Nintendo puts a new team on Smash Bros, I'm afraid...
Just add characters, maybe.
I'm afraid that, first of all, it's not going to have as many characters because it's a new game made from scratch. And
that's true.
I'm also afraid that they're going to put someone who doesn't have the same level of perfectionism that Sakurai has to, how the game is supposed to work. Because... Sakurai said multiple times, from the moment that he knew that he was gonna be able to have Pac-Man in the game, he had a full moveset in his head about how Pac-Man would work, and that is the kind of person that Sakurai is, and I'm just afraid that they're not gonna be able to find someone who has that same passion for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It also makes me wonder what would happen to Mario after Miyamoto dies, or the same thing for Metal Gear Solid. It's interesting to think about.
I'm actually not as worried in terms of Mario because Miyamoto has more of a supervisor role at this point.
Yeah, he does. I like what they're doing.
And actually, I think, sadly, in many ways, Miyamoto is often holding Mario back. If you look at games like Paper Mario Sticker Star, that game is one of the most generic Mario games ever, and that is because Miyamoto said that you should just make it, obviously not in these words, but just make it generic, basically. He has this very strict vision of Mario, and I actually think, and I don't know if how involved Miyamoto was in Odyssey, but I feel like he would have never made a Mario game like that.
And wasn't there going to be another movie and a Universal tie-in at some point too?
The movie in the universe of...
Oh, like a Universal theme park?
Oh, yeah.
A tie-in and another animated movie?
Yeah,
perhaps.
They're apparently making... Illumination Entertainment is apparently making a movie based on Mario.
I'd like to point out that they made the Minions.
Yeah, me too.
Huh.
I'm like,
so as we say with all video game movies, it might work.
And you can see right now, it's gonna be another Minions movie, and the Toads will be the Minions.
Oh my gosh, no.
At least we didn't hate the rabbits as much as we thought we would. We'll just hope for the best.
I still hated them.
Yeah,
I liked the rabbits. I thought they were funny. But yeah, more predictions. Okay, I have some predictions. I think we're gonna see Pikmin 4 this year.
Interesting.
Yeah, Miyamoto is Pikmin is a series that Miyamoto is actually very closely tied to. He was very I think he was the director or something, or a producer or something on Pikmin 3, and he also on Pikmin 1 and 2, but that was back in the GameCube generation. But yeah, he's been talking about Pikmin 4 ever since Pikmin 3 came out in 2013.
Pikmin 3 came out in 2013, you said?
On Wii U.
Okay.
And we haven't seen Pikmin 4. There has been no official announcement of Pikmin 4, but Miyamoto keeps talking about it. So I feel I think the main reason we haven't seen it is that back on the Wii U, when they were making it, it was all right, we're gonna make Pikmin 4 or whatever, and then they started seeing oh yeah, it's not going too well for the Wii U, and then they just kind of put it on hold to then put it on the Switch, and now when the Switch actually came around, there wasn't really a place for it in 2017, so they just kind of placed it, and they've just kind of, I think Pikmin 4 is basically finished. They're just kind of waiting for a good point to release it.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna see Pikmin 4.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
It'd be the first Pikmin game that I played instead of watch someone play.
Yeah, the first one I played was Pikmin 3, and I really enjoyed it. There's this kind
That's
of
good.
weird sense of exploration, and it's also like a game that you feel very stressed playing because there's always a timer.
Yep.
So yeah, I thought it was a very cool game. So any other predictions?
Nothing I can think of.
Not really. I'm the only person in the world that liked Star Fox Zero, so who knows what's going to happen to that franchise.
Oh yeah. That was so sad because I had so many cool ideas for a Star Fox game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I actually have like a game concept of my own that I'm kind of incorporating some of those ideas in, so that's why I'm not gonna talk about it. But yeah, like I think there were so many cool things they could have done, and instead they rebooted the franchise again.
Again.
Mm-hmm. Like Star Fox Zero is
the same game.
It's
same story.
It's a reimagination of a remake that was also remade on the 3DS, but that original remake was a remake of a Super Nintendo game. So yeah, it's like a remake of a remake of a remake.
Yeah. What was the one on GameCube?
There were Star Fox Adventures and Star Fox Assault.
Yeah, where they run around
Star
a
Fox
bit.
Adventures. That's the best one.
Adventures was the Zelda game that it was the dinosaur planet. It wasn't even supposed to be a Star Fox game. It was a game made by Rare, I think, and it was like reskinned as a Star Fox game like last minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need more of that for sure.
I've never played it, so
you don't worry about it.
So do you guys think that Nintendo's going to hit their goals for Switch sales in the next year?
They wanted to.
I hope so.
Jump from like 10 to 30 total or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, they wanted to. Was it that they wanted to reach 20 million or add 20 million?
I think they wanted to add.
Yeah, I think they might be able to hit that, especially with Labo.
Hopefully. I like the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm glad Nintendo's doing well.
Oh, by the way, I saw a tweet that was like after the Labo announcement, someone noticed on the Nintendo of Europe websites that Wii U has now been replaced on the website with Nintendo Labo.
Okay.
So
Wii literally U, replaced by cardboard.
Yeah, Wii U was replaced by literally cardboard.
It's fitting.
So sad but true.
Yeah.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah. So yeah, is that pretty much it for this episode? Maybe any more?
I think so.
I mean, I'm sure I have more predictions, but
Mother 3.
Oh yeah, I think like if Virtual Console happens, Mother 3 will definitely be the one of the headline games of Virtual Console.
It would be cool. Yeah.
I really want
Dragon Quest 11 coming to the Switch? Because I know it's PlayStation 4 and I think it's 3DS, PS4, and Switch. Maybe
it is in Japan at least. I think Dragon Quest 11 was announced for PS4 and 3DS in the West, but the Switch version hasn't been announced in the West yet.
That would be one I would hope for personally.
Okay. Cool. Do I have any more?
Oh. GameCube on Virtual Console.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I hope so.
With that NVIDIA stuff, it shows it's possible if they've got handhelds that are doing Dolphin power stuff, Dolphin's emulator.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's the NVIDIA Shield can even run GameCube games at 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that'd be so good.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I think there are some problems when it comes to GameCube because like one of the headline GameCube games is Wind Waker, and why would they put a port of Wind Waker on it when they could port the HD version of Wind Waker instead?
They've already been doing a lot of the Zelda ones. Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, the
I think
headline,
like Sunshine.
the headline ones would be like Super Mario Sunshine, and unlike what people say wouldn't be Melee, like Nintendo, I I personally think Nintendo would like to delete Melee from existence
Oh
if they could.
no.
Like they so much want the Wii U version of Smash Brothers to be the center of attention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Like-
GameCube controllers accidentally worked on the Switch for a while, and then they
Oh,
patched that
yep.
out.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
I actually think that was a genuine mistake, unlike what some people think.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were porting in like USB support, and accidentally the USB Wii U adapter started working, and I assume they did a test for it. So
Yeah, I'm not reading too much into that
Yeah.
either.
but yeah, I actually think like in terms of like competitive Smash, I think when Smash Bros comes to Switch, that will overtake the Melee community.
And Splatoon, maybe.
Because like right now, like if you think about like the Wii U version
And
of Smash
ARMS.
Bros. Yeah, the Wii U version of Smash Bros. No one wants to play that. Like no one wants to play the Wii U. But like I think what's gonna happen is that when the Switch version of Smash Bros. Comes out, all the professional GameCube players, they're gonna play it because it's on Switch and they can bring it anywhere. And then
Absolutely.
like subconsciously, they're gonna start getting better and better and better at the Switch version, and then suddenly Melee is removed from the competitive scene because everyone
Oh.
plays the Switch version. And I
be
honestly
cool.
think that's what's gonna happen, just by pure convenience.
Yeah, over time, yeah, we might see that.
Or they just
Assuming we
remake
get the
Melee.
new one.
Yeah, like
We'll see what they do.
one of the most outrageous like predictions, like, oh, we're gonna see Melee HD. Like, no, it's not gonna happen.
Oh man.
Like that's just not gonna happen. Like if
No.
Nintendo got a button that would completely erase the last 10 years of Melee's history, they would click that right away.
Oh my gosh. No.
They would do it without hesitation.
But I love it so much.
I'm not a fan of Melee.
Yeah. It's probably my favorite.
My favorite
would've-
is the Wii U version.
I haven't played the Wii U version. I didn't have a
It's so
Wii U,
good.
so
When Melee came out, I was a college student, and the guys in the dorms were really competitive about this on my floor. And they had a rule that with 4-player, if you won 30 games in a row, you could add an amendment to the constitution of our floor's Melee. And this weird guy from Ukraine pulled it off. And he was like, black people
Oh,
aren't
man.
allowed to play anymore. And then it took like months
Whoa.
for us to repeal that.
Whoa.
Damn. It's dark.
I think
Is
his
this
name was
loud?
Vlamius.
Dang.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you don't want to be that person.
I feel like that doesn't fly today.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like-
luckily it would not.
I feel like what happened is like everyone's like, yeah, you won, good job, man. He starts writing down like black people aren't around, and everyone's like, oh.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's that's pretty much it, right? I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's-
Yeah, that was a good
Think so.
episode. We recorded for 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yup.
It's cool.
Pretty good.
So, where can people find you at, Clayton?
They can find me at Fresno Shaboys at YouTube.com. That's basically it. You can follow us on Twitter too, at Fresno Shaboys.
Yeah, there will be links in the description. So, what about you,
Good.
Paul?
Oh, yeah, my Twitter is good, at Tautanzua, TOWTANSUA. Thanks.
Links for that will also be in the description.
Okay, that
Sweet.
works.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can find me at Dennis_Lofgren. And you can also follow the channel at Rebreak Radio. Please go follow my Twitter, because this channel's Twitter has actually surpassed my Twitter, and I don't think it feels so wrong.
I saw that.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thanks for listening. And like the video, share it with your friends. I would really appreciate that. It would not only be appreciated by me, but it would be appreciated by everyone else who came through on Kind of Funny Games Daily. The more people we can bring into this group, the better. I think everyone will definitely benefit from that. And for anyone who kind of came in through that initiative or whatever I'd call it, I'm making a Discord group that I will be sharing on Twitter soon that everyone can join in, and that will allow all of you to talk to each other and collaborate with each other. So I'm not the one person that everyone has to talk through. But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next week's episode. Bye.
Bye.